This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. All right, we're gonna try to do something light. We're gonna have a little fun tonight. We're gonna talk about a subject that's it's gonna be it should be well-rounded because we got men and women on the panel, so we should get an equal perspective. Tonight's topic, it's stepdad season, and let's find out what that means to. Let's go to the ladies first, gentlemen. Let's show some chivalry. Let's go to the ladies first. Patsy, what does stepdaddy season mean to you?
Like up until today when I was looking at the videos, I had never heard of that mess. I'm like, stepdaddy season, like what the heck is that, Well, I guess like if you got kids and you dating somebody that ain't their father, you talking about look at your daddy, it's like, wait a minute, isn't that a conversation piece and that you should be having with, first of all, the dude you're dating, and secondly, what your kids feel like with that particular person, if they feel like, even though y'all might not get married, you should be having a conversation with that child to see where their headspace and where their heart is and stuff with that particular person. If they feel like, oh yeah, I feel like he kind of like more of a dad than my actual dad.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just doing it to be cute and that relationship might not work out and stuff, like why would you do that?
Okay, so let me just be clear.
Grown, goddammit.
Wait, Timmy. I said the ladies. Let's stay on cue. So just gonna say this real quick. Dumb videos does not give you the full definition of stepdad season. So let me just be clear about that. Maria, what does stepdaddy season mean to you when you hear that term?
It doesn't mean anything to me because I don't know how to take it. I didn't watch the video. I don't know if it should be insulting to women. Like, what are you saying? Like, because it's warm outside. Like, what makes it stepdaddy season?
Okay, and stay right there. Keep that same energy. Tanya,
I'm with Maria.
So you feel like this is insulting to the woman?
No, what is stepdaddy season?
Okay, you're not certain either.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying.
So Patsy, turn your phone down just a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had it too close to my face.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
That's
shit.
clear. All right. Do we got any more ladies on? Because I want to go to all the ladies before I go to the guys. All right, ladies, hold tight.
Let me answer.
Timmy, go ahead. What does that mean? And be brief but be brilliant.
Oh, okay. When is it? Is it like hunting season or duck season, deer season? What the hell is it?
Okay, I mean you might be on the right path.
Can I go next?
Yes, Robert.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. What you are filling. You're someone there on a temp basis. You're not permanent replacement. They're letting you fill in to dad, wherever he may be, the father of this child or children, decides to come on back home or get out of jail.
Okay, stay right there. Let's go to Elijah next. Elijah, what do you think it means? You gotta turn your mic on.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm tired of, I guess the female's tired of the baby's father and is going to get a stepfather.
Okay, stay right there. Gregory, what does it mean to you?
Because I see the
Just
stuff
what does it
on
mean
the
to you?
internet, I'm gonna say it means to me it's more like a herd mentality. It's some crazy stuff going on right now.
Put that in layman's terms for the viewers. You said herd man.
It's a lot of females saying it. It's stepdaddy season. They looking for a stepdaddy.
Okay, all right. Sean, have you ever heard that term? And if so, what does it mean to you?
Never heard the term, but I guess I would associate it as, when those females say looking for a sugar daddy, I guess.
Okay, equivalent to that. Okay. All right, did I get everybody?
Bird.
Bird.
All right. Who didn't go?
Bird.
Bird.
All right, B, what's up? What does that term mean to you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can kind of agree on both levels of Bob saying you're kind of like a replacement, but that also sounds like a bitter baby's mother's shot at the baby daddy. Basically, if you ain't there, somebody else is gonna be there.
Okay.
Revenge.
All right.
I
So
agree with Bird 110.
let me say this. Everybody is right in a sense. Now the guys are all right. Let me just tell you that. Ladies, let me just say y'all need some help. And y'all need to, and I just gotta tell you, this is no slight on y'all. Y'all sisterin', they out here acting wild. And this is the representation. This is the message that they're sending. It's like Timmy said, it's like hunting season. I mean, these chicks is like on the hunt for blood, so to speak. So you gotta what's the name? Y'all gotta check that out. Yes. Hey Chantel, I'm on the
I
podcast.
got a video.
So you want to join in?
What the hell are they
talk to
got
you, but I'm
there?
on the
What they gonna do?
Yes.
They try to silence the ones that speak about it.
Hold on tight for the video. Sorry that guys, people still sending me happy birthday wishes. I thought they was calling to inquire about how to get on the podcast. All right, so back to what I was saying to the ladies. So these women, they are giving y'all some poor representation. It's really negative. So these ladies are out there basically saying, I'm on the hunt, like Robert said, for a fill-in, a substitute. So these women, and it's temporary, and it's usually for the holidays. And that consists of birthdays, Christmas, probably graduation for the kids and stuff like that. I don't know if I want to call. I don't know if you want to call this a holiday, getting their hair done, something like that, so they can go out to the club. As long as it benefits them.
Who is the holiday for? The kids or the mother?
That you got it. Now you're there. That's the question that you should be asking.
No, I'm still lost because you say it's representation of a woman. That's not a woman. And
So,
Exactly.
for us, all of us ladies on here, I don't think she's representing none of us because we don't even know what that is.
Well, let me be clear about this. Let me back up and say what I said. I said they are poor representation of women. I said your sisterin', they're out there acting wild, and they are a poor representation. I didn't say that they are positive representation. I said they are a poor representation.
But can I say something in that light? It's like these girls, these young ladies, they're actually just that the young ladies, they're younger than our generation.
Hold on, beloved. hold on.
exactly that.
Let me be clear about this. We can't put it all on the young because there are some seasoned cougars out there behaving the same way. Now these women, they might got younger children, but they're not actually teenagers in their 20s. These women are probably in their 50s.
The lady in the video is about 36.
All right, Gregory, I think they need a little bit of clarification. Go on and hit them with the first video. Everybody silence your phone for a moment, please.
Zoom meeting.
Season. Yeah, what up? I got the car seat in the back. Let's go to the park. It's officially stepdaddy season. Yeah, what up? I got the car seat in the back. Let's go to the park. Don't let your baby mama or your baby daddy block your blessings. I know in theory it sounds good keeping the same person to have kids with, but that's insanity as well. So if it doesn't work out with them, it'll work out with someone else. It is so ghetto being a baby mama, and thinking about multiple baby daddies is scary. But you my baby gonna be all right. We don't give a damn. You can have them. I have exited the rat race. I can't speak for the other hoes. And save you should have got the ring first. It wasn't gonna work out anyways. Let's laugh together and let's raise this baby, In conclusion, stepdaddy season.
Yes. Participants left for a 10 right per annum.
I gotta tell you, that's exactly what I'm talking about. She is a poor representation. Was she drunk?
No,
No,
that's how she is. She was on Basketball Wives. That's
Is that Drea?
She just came from the gym when she made
no,
that, Uncle
that's
D.
not Drea. That's Brittany Weiner.
That's like a small-minded woman.
Yeah, she you can
I
tell
mean,
she's hurt.
I just
She
know her backstory. She went through an abusive relationship with her baby father, so maybe she's on here saying all of that to her.
Okay. Well, so now
That's why I said she's hurt.
So and even that, I don't think that, because after even watching that video, I was a little more clear before I seen that video, because that's kind of confusing what she's saying. So basically, again, stepdad season is when single mothers are on the hunt for a replacement, a temporary, a substitute.
I'm trying to tell you.
And it's only for a predetermined amount of time. Again, so basically, let's say it's December, and they're lacking the necessary funds to make sure their children have a very Merry Christmas. They go get themselves a sponsor.
How about starting off for the school, then that, and then around January after the holidays, school shopping, January comes in, they might take a break, but spring and summertime's coming, they might need you again. That's only if the real father isn't coming back home or wasn't away for some time.
All right, so let me be clear about this. So as I was saying that, so they get these individuals to play a role during the holiday or during their time of need, let's say. So the Christmas is something where it usually takes place most. So as soon as the holidays are over and these children are finished unwrapping their gifts and stuff like that, when the holiday is over, so is anything you thought you had with this individual. It's over.
But I don't think that's being a stepdaddy. I just think that's him giving her money because she needed, she asked for it. Like you playing a stepdaddy role is you living in the house with them, picking up this kid from school, taking on that type of responsibility. That doesn't make you a stepdaddy.
You're absolutely right.
She asked for money and she spent it on her kids.
No, you're absolutely right. I think there's a clear distinction between dad and stepdaddy season, because the stepdad season, I don't So I'm gonna ask you, ladies, this: do you think that that is an insult to the man that steps into that role to provide her that male role modeling? Do you think that's an insult to the men?
Definitely.
Tanya, Tanya, you gotta turn your mic back on.
You got two people that just joined,
All right.
Damon and Gina.
So you said, do I think it's a poor stepdad season, a poor representation of the men?
Do you think it's an insult to the men for
the insult to the men?
Statement? Because like Maria just said, it's a distinction.
It is a distinction. So
stepdad and stepdad season.
That's like saying stepmom season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that could go both ways, the men and the women. But what the point is that you should be looking for someone that you want to spend your life with. You know what I mean?
All right, let's get bring Gina and Damon up to speed. So let's go to the lady first. Gina, welcome. You can hear me? Okay, let's go. What does stepdaddy season mean to you? And do you think that's an insult to all the men that step into that role and provide what's needed for the children?
Stepdaddy season? That just means that you are done with the old and there's somebody new that can come along, I guess. I don't know. I never. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say a placeholder. I would just say whoever didn't work out. And what is stepdad? When is stepdaddy season? Is it the fall? Is it like cuddle season?
Oh, see, there you go. See, this
because
it can't be it can't be the summer, because that's when you step out, you be outside. But I guess that would be when, yeah, the fall, when you done playing games and you want to have somebody settle down and help you with your kids. I don't know. I never heard of that. But
I think you described
fall.
I think you described it to the T just now, so you obviously do know what it is. Damon, what does stepdad?
Well, you got Kiana too.
All right, hold on.
Go to Damon first.
Damon, what does stepdaddy season mean to you?
Well, it doesn't really mean anything, but it's kind of being a step parent is the hottest job in the world for a man and a woman. It doesn't matter which one you are, because here you go, you take your time and your energy and you invest in other people's children as well. And then sometimes when you give your all, some of those kids might not even give a F what you've done for them all your life.
Yep.
It's like wasted energy. You invested in, not in all situations. I'm in a very highly favored situation, so I'm just talking about. It usually don't end up in a situation like mine, but I've seen situations and you see stuff like that, and it's for a man or a woman to invest into a child, and then that child turns on you in the end after you invested your time and energy into him. Usually when it's your own and whatever, you can always repair that and whatever else. But you will always, as a step parent, feel a type of way after you've been attacked like that, because you're like, damn, I thought I was that man or that woman. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We can have our differences, but I'm still daddy and you're still daughter or son. But some instances it's not like that. You're not my daddy. You're not my mother. That's a hurtful situation. So a step parent, that's a real hard. So if anybody's looking for someone to be a step parent, they really got to have a strong woman and a strong man that really understands what it's going to take. Even if it takes them, and that person going into that got to go into that knowing that at the end of all this investment you can be doing, it could be just say you're doing it out of your ownness of your own kind heart. Don't say you're doing it because I have to, because just do it out of your own kind heart, so that way you don't feel some type of way in the end when people don't appreciate it.
Well, I mean, you'll still be hurt, but you'll be able to assess it.
Yes, there you go.
What he just said is a step parent role.
Exactly. That's what I was waiting for y'all to say that. So there is
stepdaddy season. I don't think that's a thing. I think that's just a girl saying anything who wants to. who wants a replacement, a warm body, wherever it is. But I don't understand not saying stepdaddy season, because you could be with that dude this week, in 2 weeks, and then you're gonna bring another dude around your kid. Who does that?
Trifling
Oh, they out here doing it, auntie. They
So
doing
that so what you're trying to say, that's a new way of saying it's a hot girl summer for them.
That's the
Right.
it's another season. Yeah, the stepdaddy season
It's another
it comes before the
fucking
hot girl summer.
stupid,
I think that
dumbass
Gina,
term to influence
You got Kiana that
the
might want to
younger
answer that.
I know.
generation. That's all it is.
So let me, you guys hold tight, because now you guys have clearly stated that there's a distinction between stepdaddy season and step daddy, the position of stepdaddy. So hold tight. Kiana, when you welcome.
Yeah.
When you all right, I feel you.
Missed ya.
All right.
You already turned up. What does that term mean to you when you hear
That damn
stepdaddy
wind down.
season?
It makes no sense to me. It's a bunch of trifling females trying to get over and using their kids as bait, and it's disgusting.
All right. So now we clear about that.
You're absolutely correct as well. In every show you turn it on, it gives these women to do that. It's like every show, even watch the teen shows, to get you to do that. But it's like they're being programmed, brainwashed.
That's what it seems
I've
like.
also known females to use stepdaddy season as far as like, their father, the child's father isn't acting right, so I'm gonna date until I find him a stepdaddy. Not necessarily having the dude around the child or dudes around the children.
I think you're absolutely right. Here we go again. I think it's a predetermined amount of time that the woman that decides that she's on the hunt. That's basically what step.
Right. It's on the hunt. That doesn't mean like, oh, I'm gonna go off and be having a whole bunch of dudes around my child. That doesn't. I don't think. I mean, in some terms, I don't know, but I know. I have girlfriends that say, oh, I need an applicant for a stepdaddy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Yeah,
I was
but
about to say, not
the
if they out
video
here listening to Sexy Red and following her ways, talking about
The-
F their baby daddy. They don't got
the video that was shown,
And
care in
there
the
you go.
world
And them
about
girls
stepdaddy.
love her. They
the
love her.
video that was shown, she was saying she got her car seat in the
Yes.
back. So basically, she's letting you know her kid's
Oh,
gonna
there
be
was a
with her
video?
on these dates. Yeah, you missed it before
Y'all
you
watched the
came in.
video? Oh,
So
okay.
it was Brittany Reiner. So she was letting everyone know, wow, I got the car seat in the back, ready to go to the park. She's basically letting everybody know her kid's gonna be there on these dates.
Again,
wow.
Let me bring so now this clear distinction. Everybody know what stepdaddy season means. Let me go.
Now I understand what they talk about.
Okay, so now that everybody is clear about what stepdaddy season is, I think it's a trifling time of whatever season it is for that individual. Because let's get this clear. It doesn't matter. It can be September and it doesn't mean just because it's September, it's stepdaddy season for everybody. It's during their time of need. Because for some people, like I said, it might be in December. Some people, it might be because their baby about to graduate from school and they got to get somebody to give them some money real quick. So they're going to get this guy some attention for that time. Yeah, like a sponsor. But let me ask the guys this, and I'm going to go to Elijah first. Elijah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So, do you think a stepdad is a substitute for the biological father?
No.
Reason being?
There's no such thing. We make up the rules, Step. There's no such thing. That's number
right.
one.
That's
Under
why it's the
God,
hottest
there's
job in
no
the world.
under God, there's no such thing. When the dude takes on the responsibility, he's basically saying, you know what? Don't matter if she has a child or not, and vice versa, same with ladies. Don't matter if this parent has a child or not, I'm gonna love this person as well as their child. I had my stepson since he was 6 months. You know what I mean? And the kid loved me up to this day. You know what I mean? It's all about the love. When you love that child, and this is for the steps, you have to love that child as an individual, not as the same, or because it's connected to the mother or the father. So that relationship you have with that child has to be a separate bond in a sense from the mother and the father if you're going to do this stepdad or stepmom thing. But in reality, so you won't get hurt, so you won't catch feelings, it's not real. And when I mean it's not real, you did the best you can and that kid don't like you, then F it. You know what I mean? You did the best you can and that's it. The mom, you still love the mom still love you, or vice versa. And if it don't work, oh well, that was a season. The sad part about it, like I said, there's no such thing, is you spent all of this time raising that beautiful child as if it's yours, loving that child. And now that child don't shows no respect back. To me, to make sure you don't waste your time, that child needed that gift of love for that season. Because that child needed that gift of love for the season, you make sure you have a different relationship with the child and not with the parent. And then that's how you won't get mixed up. Because at the end of the day, there's no such thing. That's play.
Well said. Bird? Yes. Yes. Bird, can you hear us? All right, I'm going to go to Robert. Same question, Robert.
Is there a substitute for a father's role?
Yes. So basically, Robert, same thing. Is a stepdad a substitute for the biological father? Yes.
I'm not gonna say he's a substitute. Maybe that's the way some women look at it, but I'm just gonna tell you is what he want to do when he gets in that lady's home. EC said it kind of best about, you come in there, you keep a separate relationship from mom, that you're gonna have with her daughter or her son. Yeah, you might love all of them, but this relationship over here with me and you, we're building a bond like a man and a child's bond. With your moms, we got a different type of relationship going on. At the end of the day, a little boy resents a stepdad because of he is looking at this man do everything in his home or outside his home for them that he wanted his father to be able to do for him. So every time you brought or buy him a pair of sneakers or food for their table or whatever, he's hoping and wishing on that was his father, his real father, not you. Like I said, the filling guy. He just basically wants his father. So you can do all you can do for these children, teach them love, teach them respect, show them how to be a young man grown into a man. But at the end of the day, when it's time to walk away and they become grown, just keep in mind maybe they might not call you and wish you a happy birthday no more or Merry Christmas or check in how you doing, stepdad or pops. They might just want to live their life and look for their real father. So yeah, you should keep in mind that it might come a day where this guy, little girl, might say, "I'm really not their parent."
Okay. Ladies, this whole time I'm gonna get to you. Just put it on simmer. Don't go nowhere because I want to make sure I get y'all's perspective. But I just want to go to the guys first, and you're gonna get a chance to basically give your rebuttal or actually answer the question as well. But I'm gonna go to the guys first. All right. So we went to Robert. We went to Elijah.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
Dave.
Yes. All right.
Right.
Hold on.
Bird's back.
Hold on, E. Let me so if it's a second question, let me just ask everybody the first question. Bro, you can hear me?
Yeah, it's more of a statement.
Okay, make the statement and then
I'm
I'm gonna go
about
to
to.
Bird.
I'm about to. It's gonna be quick. When I look at the step parent, right, I have to look at the child, and when I look at the child looking at me, I know that child from in the case of say if it's a father or a man being a stepfather, that child's looking at me as an outsider, so that child's going to judge me because that child's going to is that child is his or her individuality in the sense of there's no connection with me and this child. So this child's always going to look at me as the outsider. That's two different people inside the household. Instead, if there was a father there, which is that is his child biologically as well as the mother, now you got a nucleus where there's no judgment outsider. That's all.
Okay, well said, well said. Bert, question is the stepdad a substitute or a replacement for the biological father?
I believe the stepdad is an addition to the child, opposed to a replacement or a substitute. And again, everybody made valid points. It is a slippery slope when you're dealing with a child for that many years, and then one day they decide, "You're not my father. You're not telling me nothing no more." That kind of comes with the territory at some point of taking on that role of someone else's child. But as that child will grow old and see that it took a real man to step up and take care of someone else's child, and possibly one or two of his own before the relationship as well. So, time will heal that kind of wound, but it does suck for the parent to step in and be a part of that life and then turn around later, like you're eating, you're warm in your house and you have clothes on your back from me, but later on you don't have that appreciation. But as you grow older, you will recognize something different.
That's what I'm talking about. Gentlemen, dropping jewels, dropping jewels. Mr. G. Lacey, can we get your perspective? Is a stepdad a substitute or a replacement for the biological father?
Certainly not. He's an addition, like Bird said. But you really got to take the kid into consideration because sometimes the kids do feel like this guy's not my dad. And what if he's telling his mother that?
Okay.
I mean, let me throw this in. If you're attempting to take on this role, you're not taking on this role to be this person's dad. You're just trying to be supportive of the mother and the family. So if you go in this thing thinking I'm going to be a stepdad, you've already lost. You go in it with the notion that you're entering this situation could be on a temporary basis. This ain't meant to last forever. I don't know. So
Hold that, because we're gonna come back to that. That last part you said, it's probably not meant to last forever. But let's get Timmy. Timmy, is a stepdad a replacement or a substitute for the biological father?
Nah. By any means, no. He's what Bird said he is. He's just an addition, you know. He's there for the time being, but he's playing his role as the man of the house, taking care of things and the things that the mother can't do, then he's there to do it. Like take the kids to their baseball or football practice or whatever. Things like that there.
All right. Well said, well said. All right. We're gonna go
Hey,
to
Dave.
Yes.
Hey, Dave. You remember the movie Baby Boy?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's all.
All right. We're gonna go to Damon and then we're gonna go to Sean. All right, Damon, same question. Do you believe or do you feel that a stepdad is a substitute or replacement for the biological father?
Brown.
You gotta turn your mic on. Can you hear me? All right. Someone text Damon and tell him to turn his mic on, and we're gonna come back to him. Sean, same question. Do you feel that a stepdad is a substitute or replacement for the biological father?
I believe that a stepdad is whatever that mother and that child allows him or wants him to be.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all dropping some Jews. Go ahead.
With that being said, Bird, his second statement was right up the alley of where I was going to go. Is that he comes in there, he can be a positive addition to the family or a negative, however the dynamics of that household is. That's what that stepdad's going to be.
Let me just tell you, ladies and gentlemen, everybody that's out there and the viewers that's going to see this video at a later date, let me just go ahead and put this out there. This is not scripted. We are not in the same room. We are all in the comfort of our respective homes. And yeah, this just goes to show you how much men think alike when it comes to certain terms, because this is support. What I'm telling you right now, this is men thinking along the same line, and I love it. I love it. Damon, we're gonna give you one more chance. Are you with us? All right, we're gonna have to move on to the ladies. All right, ladies, go ahead and take that top off of that.
He's away from the phone. There
Ladies,
he is right now.
Damon, can you hear us?
Dude, there he is.
Damon, you here?
Yeah, his something, his thing keeps
Gotta turn the mic on.
You gotta turn your mic on, dude.
Can y'all hear me now?
I can hear you now. All right. So
no, I'm driving right now, so y'all let the ladies go, and I'll jump in when it's time for me to jump in.
All right. We'll come back to you. All right, so
All right,
ladies, go ahead and take that top off that simmering pot. I'm gonna let y'all get it started. Who's up first? Who's gonna get to it first? All right, baby sis Maria, you up first. Go ahead. Do you think that a stepdad is a substitute or replacement for the biological father?
No, I agree with most of the guys. I believe that he's a bonus dad, not a stepdad. He's the addition to the family.
Can I just stop you real quick? And I want you to say that. What did you refer to him as to again? One more time, because I want
a bonus dad.
I like that. One more time.
He's a bonus dad.
That's
not
what I'm talking. All right, Joe, go on.
For the bonus parents, mom and dad. Like, as long as you giving that kids the nourishment they need and the love they need, that's what you should be concerned about. I don't believe in a step parent trying to step in a role and be that child's parent.
Especially if they're already there.
Especially if they have a dad or a mom. You're a bonus dad. You should be able to love this child, give him the nourishment, the girls, the boys, give them the nourishment they need. And that's just about it. When it comes to discipline, you really should let the parents handle that. You can sit down and talk to them, but when you start doing physical discipline to somebody else's child, I don't believe in that.
Ooh, we're gonna come back to that because that's one of tonight's questions. So I'm gonna stop you right there because I don't want you to answer the question before I ask it. All right, Patsy, you up next, darling. Is a stepdad a substitute or replacement for a biological father?
No, they're not a replacement, but if you're looking at it as if you're just saying like, okay, stepdad season, and you just got one partner in mind and not multiple people stepping in as stepdad or whatever. Yeah, I agree with Maria in saying like it's a bonus bonus dad. It's like if they're there and they're consistently there, like whenever mom needs their extra support. But you got to be careful with that. It's like if you're having two or three, no, there ain't no replacements. They just there for your financial needs or whatever it is.
Uh-oh. I think that might have I think that might have hurted a few people to hear that. One more time, what'd you say? They're just there for what need?
For the mother's needs, for their financial stuff.
Okay.
They might be looking for the stepdaddy,
Uh-huh.
the
You got
mother.
it. All right, ladies, we're gonna keep going on with the lady. All right, we got Patsy's opinion, we got Maria's opinion. Let's go to Gina.
Tanya.
Gina.
I think in certain situations, it can be a replacement
Okay.
because if the father is not there, and that goes both ways. If the mother is not there, or if the father is not there, then if somebody's willing to step up and they have built a good relationship with this child, and they
Mm-hmm.
view this child and love this child like their own flesh and blood,
Mm-hmm.
and their biological parent is not there, yes, it can be a replacement. But if the biological parent's already there, then it can be a bonus.
Okay.
But sometimes it's a very, very thin line when it comes to disciplining someone's child that's not yours.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And again,
You know.
I'm gonna stop you there like I did Maria, because
Mhm.
I don't want y'all to answer I don't want your answer before I ask the question. So I'm gonna stop you right there because that's one of the questions. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make that the next question. Because you guys are already touching it. All right, you with us, Keith?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Duchess, let's get your perspective. Do you think that a stepdad is a substitute or a replacement for the biological father?
I'm gonna go with like Gina said. I don't really think if there's a substitute. Um, not a substitute teacher. So no, I think that that person would be there to fulfill a need. So if that biological parent is not there, they're not substituting. They're an addition. They're a bonus. They're a help. If that parent is there, they're still a bonus, an addition, a help. So there's no substitution.
Okay, well said, well said. All right, so we got Patsy. The only one left is Tanya. Tanya, you ready?
Yep.
All right, same question.
Someone's at the back door doorbell.
Oh, you waiting for me to answer?
Yes. Okay. Okay. I'll give you the question. I'm sorry. I just heard something else about a back door bell. Tanya. So same question. Do you feel that a stepdad is a substitute or replacement for the biological father?
I think that a step parent is a bonus parent, especially if the parents are there. Physically there. They could be physically there and not emotionally available. So you have to fill in all of those aspects. You don't walk in, like some of the panels said, you don't walk in there trying to be their parent right away. You build a relationship with them so that they can know you and know where your heart is and where you're coming from, and you can understand them and know where they're coming from.
Okay.
But you got to be willing to be, to be what they need at that time.
Like it, love it, love it, love it. All right, ladies, I'm gonna stay with you because as promised, Gina Maria touched this already, so I'm gonna go back to them first, Maria and then Gina. Actually, I'm gonna go to now. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go lady, then man. Maria, you ready?
Yeah.
Should a stepdad, and we're gonna keep it to stepdad, not stepmom, because tonight we're talking about stepdads. Should a stepdad have the responsibility or authority or be allowed to discipline the child as well as make rules, set rules in the house for the child?
To a certain extent, about setting rules, but that whole discipline, no.
All right, and just so we are all on the same page, just for tonight's purpose, when I'm referring to discipline, I'm referring to correcting the behavior. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, I said that it's okay to sit down and talk to this child and let them know they doing wrong, and to redirect them in the right direction. But when it's not coming to you want to be physical with this child, or even stepping over the mother, or the other parent telling them what to do, I don't think that should go that way.
Okay. Well said, well said, well said. All right. Let's go to Bird next. Bird, do you think that the stepdad should be allowed to discipline and set rules in the house for the children?
Absolutely. If this is the house that I'm maintaining or assisted maintaining, or I'm a regular part of this child's life, then I would believe I should have some say in, again, what's going on. And I agree. I don't believe it'd be my role to physically manage any situation, but any other aspect of discipline, I would say yes.
Okay. All right. I'm like I said, I'm loving it. I'm gonna go to Patsy. You ready?
Give me to go to
All
somebody.
right, I'll come back to you, darling. Don't worry about it. Gina, you ready?
Yeah. I don't think that I don't yes, they should be able to lay down rules, especially if they're in that person's house. I think that it should be equal, the parenting discipline verbally should be equal, but physically, absolutely not. I don't think that another if that's not your biological child, you shouldn't be putting your hands on them.
Say that one
Period.
more. Say that one more time.
If it's not your biological child, you should not be putting your hands on anybody's child that's not yours.
Now go ahead and say it with your chest.
Because honestly, and I came from my mom, she was engaged to someone. Now my mother had 5 kids, and she was engaged to a man that had one kid by himself, like on his own. And she came into the situation, she already had 5 kids. So he beat the shit out of us. I ain't gonna hold it or play it pretty. Like he beat the shit out of us, and he would not even touch his own daughter. And I think he took advantage of that. Because we didn't
That's
have.
totally. I feel like that's totally abuse, and that's a problem. Because if you're not speaking
Definitely.
your own child, why would you feel comfortable to beat somebody else's kid?
Yep. And I don't think my mother really knew, because when he used to watch us, but he just took advantage of that because he knew that, our fathers weren't around or whatever. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to my opinion for a moment. Timmy, do you think that a stepdad should be allowed to discipline and set rules in the house of the stepchildren?
Set rules, yeah. Discipline, it depends on what type of discipline. Because there's different types of discipline besides, beating. So if somebody's disciplining them, like making them do push-ups and laps and whatnot, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I see that they mentally getting their uh their mental stages of being, ready for whatever that's gonna come to them when you have the kids doing calisthenics and stuff. That also helps them to, get themselves in shape, and it's also like a military thing. If you would say you discipline like that, then I don't see no problem with such discipline. But far as beating, nah, then you should never allow any man to come in and discipline your kids. Some men that kill somebody over that.
All right, stay there, stay there. Kiana, you with us?
Yeah.
All right, Duchess. Should the stepdad be allowed to discipline or set rules in the house?
Rules, yes. Discipline, I think it depends on the situation. Did this person come into the child's life when they were young, or are they a new person entering their life and these children have years behind them? If they're younger, like, babies or whatever, and you've had years, I'm still on the fence depending on what type of discipline that is, but I believe that they are disciplined as a unit when they're from a young age. But if like the child's 6 and you're just stepping in, or 8 or 10, I don't think so. I don't think you should be putting your hands on anybody else's kid. And I don't think any parent should be allowing that. If you've been a disciplinarian for this long, you continue that role.
Okay. All right.
Hello, I'm back.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to, who was that? Robert?
Yes.
All right, Robert. Same question. Should the stepdad be allowed to discipline and set rules in the house?
I think that the stepdad should be able to sit the child down and have conversations to redirect this child into doing positive things, basically learning how to carry themselves and don't be doing stupid shit or being disrespectful. I want to say this about that militant discipline. You got to be very, very careful when you're bringing in the militant discipline, because this same child, and if it's that boy or boys that you got getting down every day that they did something wrong, doing push-ups, jumping jacks, pull-ups, jogging, you're building this kid up every day. And all he's waiting for is that one day. So just remind yourself, I can be building this kid, thinking that he's going to end up getting it and don't want this punishment because he's not going to really want to have to hit.
You got more?
Yeah, he was going into it. Your phone went out.
Yeah, his phone went out.
And then this is what happened. Could you hear me?
Yeah.
No, hold on. I lost you, right? Hold on, my bad, Rob. I lost you. You need to go back to the part where you was about to say why you
Okay, I'm
building
gonna
him
go
up.
back to you're building this kid that you got mad at him, telling him get down, even if it's children, they're boys. Get down, give me push-ups, give me the jumping jacks, give me the pull-ups. I want you to run now, give me some laps. Keep in mind the back of this kid's head, he's getting more and more frustrated with your discipline. It can become on a very edge of being abusive because you can make him or them do such. This child is building up for one day. All that muscle and strength you're building with this child, be careful.
You went out again, Robert.
He's gone.
The conversation.
All right.
Yes, yeah, he's back in now.
All right. So, Robert, just pause for a moment.
Your phone is in and out.
Can you hear us?
You're underwater. No.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. What happened is we got a over here.
All right, so hold
You
tight,
got
Robbie.
just
construction
bad.
work going on
Hold
over
on,
there.
Robbie.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just hold tight. Let your phone clear up for a minute. We'll come back. We'll come back to the next question.
It's
All
that
right.
damn laser from
All right,
outer
let's go to
space.
Patsy. Patsy, you ready? Same question.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Should the stepdad be allowed to discipline and set rules with the children?
Yes, set rules and disciplining. And I'm gonna agree with from the panel. If you came in at when the kids are older and you just like new on the scene and stuff, like it shouldn't be a physical discipline, but you know, you need to have that conversation with the mother before you actually to kind of like agree on what type of discipline for whatever situation, how to handle that discipline, how if they did something wrong, how to handle that whole scenario, each and every case that might come up, and how to handle it, you know, and have a baseline of the how to what to do kind of situation, you know. And then like when you do discipline that child, you have to let the actual biological parent know this is what happened, this is what I did, and give them the whole rundown, and you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then have a conversation. And you might just want to have that conversation in front of the kids if they start acting up and they want to dispute the thing, you know, what was done for the discipline. But it's like a conversation between you and the biological mother, and even if it's the biological dad is still in the picture, and it's like you got to co-parent. You know, even as a stepdad, to be like, you know what, I'm here. You might not be here all the time, but I'm here every day. And let's have a conversation about what kind of discipline, what to do, and blah 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 blah.
All right.
You know, so just run it down and be effective, and make sure you're all co-parenting on the same page about discipline.
All right, you dropping jewels again.
Could I apologize to the panel and the viewers? Could you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
I was having a problem in my area. We had like an outage. I don't know if it's gonna break up anymore, but everything's back on over here. I just want to stress the last part you guys probably didn't hear. I'll make it real quick. Setting rules with the daggone stepdad and the children in the house is okay. It's a conversation that might need to be had almost every other day, or if not every day. So you just remind them and to go in the right direction and have respect for yourself, so you respect a lot of people in this world, including your moms and your probably siblings and the rest of your family members. Moving on to this militant discipline, I was saying that's a very thin line um between abuse and building this child up and wanting to um have confrontation with you later. Because every day you're making them do push-ups, laps, pull-ups, jumping jacks, because they might have said something out of line or did something out of line. You're building muscle in this young man and all these young men, her children. Keep in mind that no one likes to have corporal punishment, as in you're telling them to get down and do it because you can, because you're an older man. It's like you're trying to install the fear in them, so they're gonna do it because they have no choice, because they don't want to challenge you. But remember, you're strengthening them, and one day it's gonna come to them saying, "No, I'm not getting on the ground," and you will feel the warrior you built.
Okay, well said, well said. All right, let's go to Damien. You with us? Damien,
yeah, he's with us, but
gotta turn your mic on.
His mic is, yeah, his mic is on. He must be still driving.
All right, Elijah.
I'm still dropping. Only pop in when I because my phone it does a certain thing when I stop, so
Okay.
I can't really talk like that. I'm listening though. I'm listening to all the
No
wisdom.
worries. No worries. Elijah, you with us?
Yeah, I'm with y'all.
All
I'm
right.
with
So
y'all.
same question. Do you think that the stepdad should be allowed to discipline and set rules with the children?
Nope. I got levels to this game right here, man. Levels are like, for instance, say if I'm in the child's life from like about, like I say with my storm is 6 months to 10. You know, I'm whooping that ass, and then say if I jump into the life like about 11 to like about 15, I'm hemming you up, choking you, letting you know you don't disrespect, you know who you are. If you get to like around, say about 18 to like 20, I'm cracking your rib or, you know what I mean, smacking in your face. And if you get over 21, I'm wiring your jaw. So it's all different type of levels of how the disrespect is, you know what I mean, on the discipline thing.
Is it only fair that I ask this is okay to do to someone else's child? How about a stepdad stepping into your home
Hold
and
on,
he
hold on,
said he was
Robert.
going to do exactly these things to your children?
Yes.
That don't sound right, do it?
First of all, my children's not going to have a stepdad.
See what I'm saying? So a
Oops,
man
sorry,
should
not
never.
sorry. I'm gonna say
The,
this again. You asked me a question.
right,
I
but I
gave
find that very, very hard for
you
you to
asked
bust some
me.
other kid up like that.
You asked me. Well, not even you, Dave. Asked me a question. My answer is my answer. If you're offended, I cannot
I'm
help you.
definitely offended because
But
I have medicine for my stepdad. If they ever
but
tried that, I'll be
but
the son for that
Yes.
bull.
but
Right.
but
I just
Me
told
as a
you,
woman,
and you,
cracking my son's ribs, choking him
I
up
just
or
told
whatever.
him,
You don't got to worry about everything.
liable, the son is gonna shoot you anyway, or throw you down the
okay.
stairs, or burn you while you're sleeping.
All right,
These things
everybody.
happen in
Regardless,
real life. You got to
Everybody
go to sleep.
pause. Everybody pause for one moment. So this is why I said let's get the initial question answered first before we do a secondary question in the form of a rebuttal. So hold tight because that's going into the next question, and I want to make
Hey,
sure.
App,
Wait a
let
minute,
me say this. I didn't answer the
Gregory.
question yet, Uncle
Gregory, did you
D.
just hear what I said?
I didn't answer the question yet.
Exactly. And that's why I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to answer the question. Tanya's still waiting, and then I'm going to come to you.
Well,
Tanya,
that was.
Tanya, you with us?
Yeah.
All right. So let's bring this back. Tanya,
I'm not done. Hurry up, please.
Tanya, do you
Yes.
feel that the stepdad should be allowed to discipline and set rules with the children?
Set rules. Well, I'll tell you how it is in my house.
Mm-hmm.
My house is that for my children, I set the rules, and my husband followed the rules that I set. If there's anything that happened while he was with them, he wait and talk to me about it, and I did the discipline to my children.
Mm-hmm.
Now he would talk to them before I got there to give them some wisdom on what they did wrong, but I did the discipline. When it came to his children, he did the discipline. I talked to them, he did the discipline.
As it
That's
should
how
be. That's what
That's
I
how it's
do.
supposed to
in my
go.
house.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let her finish. Go ahead.
That's how it went in my house. Now, as far as setting the rules, we would discuss together and set the rules as to what the rules would be for everybody.
Okay. All right. Now let's just be fair. So let's make sure everybody get a chance to answer this because we still got Gregory and Sean that needs to do it. So everybody, please hold your responses until we get through. Because I promise I'm gonna come back to you because we're getting ready to go to another question that's going to touch exactly what you guys are speaking on now.
Yeah.
Gregory, you ready?
Yep.
All
If
right.
you didn't teach that kid how to walk, how to speak, how to read, how to tie his shoe,
You shouldn't be putting your hands on that kid at all. And sometimes the father's around, then you shouldn't be putting your hands on him. So I was gonna say to you,
Greg, we
should.
got to hold and wait
Hold
because
on.
we all gonna have a chance
Did
to
you
answer the
see what
next question.
happened? Listen
So
to
you're
what I'm saying.
gonna
Did you see what happened to Cat Williams?
Elijah, don't answer that question. Just wait until the what's name. I'm gonna come
Think you
back.
can beat up some teenagers? You're gonna be out there on the field.
Listen, I'm gonna touch it.
All right, here we go. Sean, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so same question. Should stepdad be allowed to discipline and set rules for the children?
Depends on the dynamics of the household, meaning that if the stepfather is, if he's just the stepfather and the biological father is around, then I don't think any physicality should be taking place. But if he's more than just a stepfather, meaning that he is the father figure and the man of that household, and the dynamics and the rules are set up to where, although he is the stepfather because he's not the biological father, but he is the father, and rules as a parent, they have rules in the house, then there's levels of discipline that I believe that he has the okay to administer.
Okay, well said, well said. All right, fellas, I'm gonna ask you guys to put it on pause for just a moment. Ladies, are you with me? Maria, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm
Maria?
still here.
All right, Tanya?
Yeah.
Tanya? Patsy, are you still with us?
I'm here. I'm here.
All right, guys. Patsy, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Tanya, excuse me. Gina, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Duchess, you still here?
Yeah, she's here.
Kiana?
I just said yes.
Okay, here you go. I want to be clear. That's the
Yeah,
fire.
tell him, Kiana.
Since you already fired up, let's go to you first. All right, here we go. Guys, put it on pause for a moment. Ladies, this is for you. And guys, you're going to get to answer the question. I promise you. I said I'm going to come back to you. All right, ladies. Should the incarcerated or absentee biological father be allowed to dictate to the stepdad the interaction with the children in the home? You first, Kiana.
Should a father who's incarcerated or what else was the other word? That was it, right?
So the incarcerated father or absentee father, should they be allowed to dictate to the stepdad any interaction with the children?
Absentee father, no, because he wasn't around before the person came around, so he has no say. An incarcerated person, if it depends on the relationship he had with his child before. If he had no say before he went away, then he has no say why he is away.
Okay, now pause right there. What if the father, either one, and this is what's going to touch base on what the guys were talking about earlier, so guys, just hold on because it's not for you, it's for them. If the father that is incarcerated, or the absentee father that hasn't been around, and he heard that there's been a physical altercation of sorts with his child. Now, let's be clear about this. It could be a female child, it could be a male child. If he learns of this, should he have the right to address the abuser?
Come on.
He has the right to address the mother, because that's who he should be talking to. Should he be addressing the person? No, because everybody's gonna get their egos involved and not clear heads. So I feel like he should be speaking to the mother.
Okay. All right. That's a mature approach. That's a mature approach. Gigi, where's Gina?
Yeah, I'm here.
Same question, darling. Do you think that the absentee or incarcerated biological father should have any say about how the stepdad interacts with the children?
I agree with Kiana because if he wasn't there before, and you know how when dudes get locked up, they want to be so involved. That's why I was laughing because like if you want to check somebody, you gonna check somebody in jail. Like it just seems redundant to me. Like, okay, what are you really saying in jail? Nothing. You can't really do nothing because it's your fault. Honestly, because you should have been here.
Oh.
Feel like
Get it?
I feel like I feel like since you if you wasn't involved in your child's life before you went to jail and now you all of a sudden want to be involved and it's very hard to be involved when you're not present, that's huge. That's a huge part. And now you want to be involved. No, I don't think um that you have any say.
Okay, well said. All right, Patsy, same question. Should the incarcerated or absentee biological father have any say in how the stepdad interacts with the children?
No, because if you weren't stepping in before, you better keep on stepping out and don't say diddly squat. Because if you're gonna say something about them stepdad dealing out some punishment or discipline or whatever you want to say to it, you should have been here as a co-parent to begin with.
Yeah.
Regardless if me and you weren't together, no. You either in it and co-parent or you're out and don't say crap.
Okay.
Because either way, we kind of moved on from each other anyways, but if you were here for your kids, you should have been here in the first place.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Maria, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. So should the incarcerated or absentee biological father have any say in how the stepdad interacts with the children?
Well, if he's absent, he ain't gonna know what's going on with the stepdad and the children because he's an absent father. But being incarcerated and you still involved in your kid's life, that's a different story. That's what that father do with my boyfriend or my husband or whatever, that's on him. But you ain't gonna do it at my house. He have every right to address that situation. Yes, he should address the child's mother as well.
So you believe that if your stepdad, if the stepdad becomes physical, it turns into an altercation with the child, that the the biological father, should be able to address the stepdad about his actions.
He has every right to. That's his child.
That's right.
So to sit up there and act like he don't, then you even more at fault to try to make it seem like it was okay for this man to put his hands on your kid.
Ooh, okay.
Come on, Dave. Get to telling you. I want to be the first dude.
Robbie, just put the top on and let it simmer. Turn down the heat a little bit.
Oh no!
All right. We got Tanya. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Same question. Should the absentee father or incarcerated father have the biological father, I should say? Does he have any say as to how the stepdad interacts with the children?
Well, I'm going to say it like this. Yes, he should have a say if he's an active father in the child's life. If he's a deadbeat, then I'm going to say no. And furthermore, I'm not going to let some other man put their hands on my child to begin with. So he wouldn't have no reason to have anything to say because it ain't going to happen.
Okay. All right.
Women.
You women are clear to the point. All right, Robert, let me just make sure who I got in the house for the guys. Bird, are you still with us?
I'm here. I'm with you. All right, let me go now. I listen.
All right.
Wait a minute, are you going to tear it open?
Let's be fair.
I'm going to be fair. Come on, I can wait. Go on, Damon.
So, Damon, you with us?
No. So listen, right? So when I go to meditate at night, I analyze stuff that I said. So I sat here and even analyzed what I said, and I listened to what all of us had to say. And the one thing that we all looking at it the wrong way, because we know that this world is fucked up world. So when we're going to look for a partner, we're looking for a partner that we think we found the right one. We're looking at the negative of people. And what I mean by that is like, how can I say it? Like, oh, I gotta watch even though I got this man, I gotta watch this man around my girl, or if I gotta watch this man with myself. If we get in a situation like that, we shouldn't be in a situation, because the people we bring in our life is saying that, you know what? I trust this man with my kids. This is why I'm choosing him. I trust this woman with my kids. This is why I'm choosing him. And now we got to get into the order of things, because once we get out of the order of things, no matter how we think we're doing it right or how good we think we feel or think it is going to be fucked up in the end. So order has to be preserved at all costs. So if you have a family structure and you're building a family with a man and you plan on marrying him, whether you're engaged or married, the man has to be the head of the household. Everybody has to play their role. So you can't weaken a man in his own house and tell him that he can only do certain things that is not his house. He might as well just be coming over, paying rent, sleeping with her, or whatever else. Because when you're building a family, the mother needs her full authority, the father needs his full authority for the family to run functional. So when you pick your mate, so if you're not sure the person that you are with, then you shouldn't be going that far with even having to even meet your kids or say, this is my child, such and such. If you're not comfortable with that, you shouldn't do that, because even though being a step parent is hard, that would eliminate everything. Everything. Like, I chose this woman because why? Because I trust her with my kids in my life. I chose this man because people got mistakes, and sometimes you don't know the dark side of people, but that's blind faith in your judgment. But we cannot sacrifice the order by any means, not for a woman, not for a man, or not for a child, because you'll be messing up the whole structure. So a household should not be unstructured and effed up because a child's behavior, or because a woman don't want this man saying this to her child, or a man don't want this woman saying this to her child. Then y'all might as well not even be together, because I trust.
Yes.
You know what? You just
With
say
everybody
less.
else.
That
But
was it.
Say
I'm done
less.
though.
Yeah,
Don't,
that's
don't
why I was
say
saying
that.
before about
I'm,
co-parenting.
I'm applaud that what you just said. I don't care what technical difficulties you said
Because
you
that's where it
experienced.
all begins. That's
That
where
was it. Say less. You. That's it. All right, Robbie. Here you have it. Go
All
ahead.
right, let's take the name and the face off of the abuse. I'm gonna take the name and the face off of it. If there's a man inside a woman's home and that takes on this approach with their children, you're gonna smack them up, twist them around, break a jaw, wire a jaw, crack a few ribs, and do all of that stuff to another man's child or that woman's kid. Where do the trust lie within her? Could she really trust you honestly? If she doesn't say nothing and stop all that at the very beginning, there's a chance you're doing the same thing to that lady. And then it's going to be her daughters, not just the boy. So when I said you should not feel that way because you wouldn't want another man, and I don't care what no one say, well, there's never going to be another man in my children's lives and all that. God will move some things around to show you something because how you treated someone else's child. So karma is real out here. And when if it doesn't come to your children, um by a stepdad doing it to them the way you did it to someone else's kid, their boyfriend might do it. Their boyfriend might take their lives. Their children might think that this was cool and go do it to their woman's child that they don't share a bloodline with. I think that any woman that says a man because he was locked up, he shouldn't be able to come out and talk to a person that cracked his son's ribs, wired his jaw. You know what we do to people like that? And this is talking real man shit. You find that dude. You do to him what he did to this innocent child that might have needed a little sit down time, a conversation. Let's just get it together. or I'm gonna take a PlayStation, or you can't have no company this week, or you'll be cleaning up this house for this week. You take that man and you blindside him. You never have a conversation with him. You never tell him you coming as a real man or father. You do what he did to your child. You sucker him. You bully him. You take advantage of the situation and you kill that nigga.
All right. So go ahead and.
Now, I don't agree with the killing part, but I definitely agree with
Bang,
the trust is
bang.
out the
Shit
door.
like that.
I agree exactly what you said. Yeah, you're right.
I agree the trust is out the door and there is no more structure when you
There's
start putting
nothing
your
there.
hands
That
on
man's
somebody
taking
you feel
advantage
that
of
way.
you and your children.
All right. All right. So go ahead and put the top back on it. You brought it to a boil. I think it's flowing over. So just put the top on and turn the heat off.
That's why mommy couldn't have another nigga come in our house.
All right.
Cause I would have threw that nigga out the window or down the stairs.
Bang, bang.
You
Like
just,
that.
but you,
Nobody
that
with that
behavior
type of
just cheated your
mentality.
mother out
You
of
gonna
another life.
recognize the pain.
All right, Bert, you with us? Bert, I'm gonna let you touch
I'm
on
here.
that.
Gonna be abusive to her kids and abusive to her. We didn't need him in her life. So
Damn
we
right.
didn't see her out of nothing. We probably saved her from
There
something.
was nothing, no way.
You guys cheated, Vanita.
All right, let's get some other perspective. Thank you guys. I appreciate
Now I gotta
it.
go find me a drink.
Yes, go get you some water.
Yeah, go calm yourself
all
down.
right, so Bert, same question
Go
again.
get a Pepsi.
So basically, should this person, because Bert, you didn't get a chance to answer these questions, should the stepdad, should the incarcerated biological father or the absentee father be allowed to have say over the interaction between the stepdad and the children in the home? Also, if that stepdad abuses the children, should the biological father be allowed to address said behavior with the stepdad? Two-part.
Part one, I definitely believe. Say that again. What the number one was? Because I got stuck on number two and forgot number one. I got a low attention span.
Don't worry about it.
Wait, listen. I agree. Maria said the unpresent parent doesn't have a say anyway.
Okay.
So you don't get a say. Now, again, the incarcerated dad that, let's say he was in the child's life and things didn't work out and she moved on, and he could still be allowed a say in this child's life because he was an active parent before jail. Being in jail, she moves on. You might be bitter and angry, but you should still be allowed to have say in your child's life. If you were inactive before jail, during jail, after jail, you don't get a say. You're just kind of angry someone else stepped in the place that he made her feel ain't nobody else going to want you. You got a baby. Ain't nobody want a girl with a baby. That's baggage, blah, 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 blah. That's all bitter, angry man stuff. So, again, the non-active parent, no. The active parent in any situation, in jail or not, should have a say in the parent's life. Big up to any man that could take on another man's child and do right and be right. There's not many out there, but there are some that are great. Great job.
So second part B.
Part two was say that again. What was part two?
Should if that stepdad steps out of line and harms that child, there's some
By the way,
of
Bird, thank you for that
altercation.
compliment.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, man, big up to all you guys, man. It takes a real man to step in, especially when the coward don't want to be bothered. So, you guys can all step in and bring positive influence to this child to help restructure that broken home or that broken child that doesn't know why this man didn't want them. You know what I mean? So big up, man. It takes a real man to step in. It just sucks that some good men get caught in situations where now the relationship's over and the girl will use the child as a pawn, and you ain't the child's father. You don't need to see him no more. And you've invested a lot of time, love, effort, support, money, everything to nurture and build this child, and it can be taken away. So it is hard for a man to, get these feelings for a child, and then it gets taken away because there's a problem with the female.
Now, the second part to that question.
Second part to that question, I definitely believe if the dad is being abusive, that the dad has every right to say something and most likely do something. You hit my kid and you shouldn't have done it. I'm gonna crack your head open. I'm
Yes,
gonna break your rib. I'm gonna
yes,
wire your jaw shut.
yes.
So I would understand as an active parent, no
That's
man is
how
gonna put
every
their hands
man
on my
should
child.
feel.
But at the end of the day, every man shouldn't, even your own children, now as an adult and knowing what was happening back then, that you don't have a right to really, what reason would you have to really put your hands on your child to show them what they did was wrong?
Not like that.
We as a people are elevated where we should not be using physical abuse because that is a learned behavior. That's how we learned to stay in line, to check yourself, to regulate your own self. You got a smack in your face or a punch in your mouth or a telephone over your head or a broomstick across your back. That was what we learned to be placed in order. And that way isn't the way as we grow as adults.
Got it. Well
The
said.
easiest thing, Dave, is to bully a child.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest thing for a grown up to do is sit down, have a conversation, and keep their damn hands off the kid.
Let me
Teach a child.
let me
That's
stop
the
y'all right
job to
there.
teach.
I don't think that's a hardship at all because
That's what some
The
when you
Bible
they
says,
only can
the
get through the
Bible
kids
says,
if
beat
they
your
hurt
kid.
them.
let
The
me
Bible says, beat your kid.
let me
Don't
say
spare the
this.
rod.
Hey
It
guys,
says go
let me
get
hey
it
guys,
says
let me
go
say
get
this
a
so we can move
vine
on.
or a branch and shit and beat the shit out the kid. Yep,
All
that
right,
is in the
Beat your
Bible.
kids is in the
all
Bible.
right, guys,
Beat your
come on.
kids.
Yep.
Let's take it back. Let's take it back.
Why you think they made us go get our own switch to beat us with?
Choose your weapon
Guys,
of
we
death.
don't
It's in
need
the
to
Bible.
listen. Can we get back? Let's stay on topic. Sean, you ready? Sean,
I'm
you
ready.
all right, here we go. Same question, Sean. Should the absentee father, incarcerated, or biological father be allowed to dictate as to how the children interact with the stepdad?
I agree with everyone else. An absentee father has no right, not necessarily no rights, but should not be uh, allowed to have a say about anything of that nature because he's absent. Now, an incarcerated father, depending on the relationship that he has with that child, should have some kind of say as to how that child is being reared with the mother of that child.
Mm-hmm. Now, if let's say the stepdad steps out of line for any reason and it gets physical between them and any of the children in the house, and there's some harm done of sorts, should the absentee father or biological father or incarcerated biological father have the right to address the abuser?
Um, he has the right to address the abuser as well as the parent the mother of that child.
Hmm.
I mean, clinically speaking, we should all be sitting down having a conversation. The stepdad, the dad, the child, and the mom, and figuring out moving forward what's the best way to deal with this behavior. Because there's a reason why that everybody's missing. This child is acting out.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
a
agree.
conversation, hopefully, with all parties to discuss this issue. And as far as if the parent, the dad is active, trying to teach his son, listen, this is the person that's in charge. You need to follow some of these rules. Now, if they're excessive, that's something different. But if it's basic stuff like you're not cleaning your room and I yelled at you and now you're going to cry about it, then you should be cleaning your room because it's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you carrying guns and want to sell drugs, then we might have to gang up all together and jump your ass.
Yep, verbally.
Yes.
Gregory, you with us?
I'm gonna stick with my guns, like I said earlier. Verbally, you can say whatever you want to this kid, and then sometimes you can't because it's crazy nowadays.
It could be bullying.
Don't put your hands on somebody else's kid. You might go to jail. No bull crap. You gotta leave that up to the mother. You tell the mother if she's not gonna do nothing, it's out of your hands.
Well,
Gotta
I mean, we're
Maybe,
in a
maybe,
place.
maybe,
let
We're in a
maybe it's
place
go
in
and
time.
life.
let go.
Yeah, maybe it's
We're in a
time for you to
place in
check
life
out
that
that
physical
house
abuse isn't
altogether.
necessary anymore.
Okay, let me.
We're in a different place in society where physical abuse is technically not an option. Basically,
Still
regardless of
there.
the behavior,
It's still there
almost like it
though.
doesn't
It's
give you a
still.
right to put your hands on nobody as a
I
human
Hmm.
still.
being. So whatever you say to me, let's say Bob said some fucked up shit, it doesn't give me the right to put my hands on her, on him. But let's say my girlfriend calls me a bitch ass, blah blah blah, doesn't give me a right to put my hands on her. So if a kid
Right.
misbehaves and does a certain behavior, doesn't necessarily give you a right, biological, chronological,
Non-biological.
alphabetical, that doesn't give you the right to use physical force.
All right, I'm
Man,
Timmy. I'm gonna give you a chance to answer that question too. Do you believe that the incarcerated father or absentee father should have a say as to how the stepdad interacts with the children?
I believe every father has a right to be in their child's life, whether they're absentee father or incarcerated father, they have that right. Now, if they choose not to be in that kid's life, that's on them. That's something that they have to live with when their kid comes to them when they're in their 30s and the father, because believe it or not, when that situation happens like that, you as a parent, if you doing things like that, when that kid get older and you're on your downside of life
Mm-hmm.
where
Gonna kill
you
you.
you
Listen, better
you
believe it.
gonna need that kid. You gonna need that kid to take care of you. And that kid would say, I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather them die. Let them die. I don't care. So you have to, be careful of those type of things. Now, as far as that damn dude putting his hands on the father that's incarcerated, he have every right. I think any man, you less of a man to let some other man put their hands on your kid and you don't confront them for doing that, as well as the mother. Now, like Bird said, you know, after we get the situation in hand about putting the hands on that, we all sit down and we rectify what the problem is, and then we tend to that problem as a whole, not not
Put it like this: you don't want
you
your kid
know
beat by nobody else. Be a part of
You
your kid's
understand it? I said it from the very
be a
beginning.
part of your kid's life. If you don't ever want to worry about a man doing
is
this, or
that no doubt,
you
no
being
doubt.
there, the man won't ever want to put his hands on your child because you're a part of that life. I don't got to be with
Mm-hmm.
the woman. I'm a part of that family too. I may
So,
come
Right.
over and have dinner with everybody just to kind of keep some peace in the family.
all right,
Just
I've
so
to
been
let
with
the just to
women.
let the kids
Solidarity.
know that even though I'm not there in the house physically, I'm still there. I'm still coming around. I'm still having dinner, with y'all on, you know,
Right. I mean, you keep close proximity of that family
yes.
to avoid that type of conflict that you may not have with this child, him acting out because the dad's involved, stepdad's involved, mom's involved, school's involved. Everybody's involved in this child's life. The village, the
okay,
nana, the
Right.
auntie, the big mama.
so
To
let me.
me, I think that you if you a kid that got a mother and father, and they both not together, and then they both got different partners or different men and different women and whatnot, and they both couples loving on you. You gotta got bonus parents, like Maria said. You got bonus parents that care about you. All four of them care about how you turn out to be. That's a beautiful thing there.
All right, so guys, we're approaching the 9 o'clock hour. So we got about, I think, another video. So real quick before, I just need everybody to pause your phones real quick. Gregory, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna give Elijah a chance to answer that question if he chooses to. Do you believe that the incarcerated father or absentee father has to have a say as to how the stepdad interacts with the children?
Hello?
Yes.
Did that shit on purpose, App. You ain't beating nobody else's kid.
It sound demonic.
Come on, guys. We got. Come on. I said we got
That was
listeners. It's 9
controversy.
o'clock. So
Oh, man.
I'm gonna give you a chance to answer the question. Be brief.
All right.
Brilliant.
Yes and yes.
All right. So that's your
Absentee.
answer.
Yeah, that's my answer.
All right. Easy answer. No worries. No worries. We got you. All right. Everybody mute your phone. Mr. Lacey, you still with us? Gregory.
Caroline.
Zoom meeting.
That's what I said.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
Why don't you tell your daddy to fix the bike then?
Participants left paren 12 right paren.
Okay.
That wasn't real.
No. But
it was an exercise showing you something. Gina, you missed the video.
Oh my God! It kicked me out.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Gregory.
Nah, I'll play it
one more time. One more time. Everybody mute your phone.
Seen that.
Zoom meeting.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
Why don't you tell your daddy to fix the bike?
All right, let me start. All right, so this is what I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna be fair, and everybody's gonna be, be brief, but be brilliant. And that situation, that scenario,
that first part was real. The little girl saying he's not my dad.
But the ending was just showing you what a man would do.
So
throw the bike.
If your daughter, if your child, okay, let's say your child was in a situation like that, and as the mother, ladies, I'm talking to you, and you was basically trying to acknowledge the stepdad for doing something nice for your child, whatever the situation is, and the child said to you, that's not my dad. My dad is such and such, and I missed him and I loved him. Is it okay to get mad at the child because she's expressing herself, Maria?
No. She's telling the truth, which most kids do. Tell the truth.
Mm-hmm. Gina, is it okay to get mad at the child because she said that's not her dad?
I wouldn't get mad at the child for saying that. I would tell her that she needs to be say thank you or something, because that may have hurt his feelings.
Okay. Patsy?
Now, that's for sure.
Like, you shouldn't be getting mad at that child. Be like, just ask her to have a conversation, like, with that child. Like, yeah, okay, kind of like rebuttal her and be like, look it, I may not be your dad, but I'm here and fixing this bike. Can you be a little bit more appreciative? And just acknowledge it. And even in mom's perspective, it should have been like her saying something like, oh, now this maybe your stepdad, but look at him,
Yeah, but I don't think that the little girl the mom shouldn't have put that on her like that. And if that was
Exactly.
your first time saying that to her, that's not her fault. Oh, I was
Yeah, it sounds like.
was
Go
cute
ahead. I'm sorry.
by saying, "Oh, look at daddy fixing your bike." That's not the
Right.
little fault.
Right. Yeah. Because the way she said it, it was just like she was kind of joking about it. It's
I'm
Right.
not
gonna get
really.
there. I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
Y'all starting to catch on.
All right.
She
So,
was joking about it.
Tanya, you with us?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Is it the little girl's fault because she's speaking her mind? She's telling that's not her daddy.
No, it's not her fault. And I have somewhat of a similar situation to something like that. And it had nothing to do with a bike. It had to do with the person showing the child, and I'm just gonna say my daughter, showing my daughter love and just and support, just being there for her. And she went to call him dad, and he stopped her and said, "No, I'm not your father. You know who your father is. Call me," and said his name.
Oh God.
Robert, I'm gonna pass.
My heart hurts.
All right. Thank you
You
for
need to
sharing.
dissect
I'm
that,
not
Robert.
done. So,
Go,
so
go
my
ahead. Go
point
ahead, Tanya.
being, so my point being is that the mother put the daughter in that situation by saying, "Look at daddy."
God damn it.
Okay. Kiana, same question.
Jimmy, shut up.
I blame the mother because why would you do that if if she's never that kid is old enough to have a conversation where she knows who her father is. Why would you call a dude who's not her father? And ugh.
Oh.
I actually find the video kind of disgusting because, well, again, you don't do that to a kid. And kind of like Tanya said, if a kid feels that way is moved to say that, then that's something that can be addressed. Whether that father wants, I mean, that man wants to be known as a father or known as Tony or Uncle Tony or whatever the hell he decides he wants to be.
Damn.
But I don't think that put that on the kid. I mean, you put that on your kid without really talking to them.
Yes.
That's good. Well
All
said.
right,
Robert?
Could I ease in here?
No, not yet. Just wait. You can't always be first. Let's get Timmy. Be brief, but be brilliant. How would that make you feel as a man to hear that little girl say what she said?
I wouldn't feel no type of way. She don't know no better. And as they say nowadays, she's just expressing herself.
Okay, well said. Sean, how would that make you feel overhearing what the child said as you're doing a kind act, providing a kind service?
Wouldn't make me feel any kind of way, especially if the statement was a true one.
Okay.
So she said, well, I mean, she wasn't talking to me. She was addressing her mother, who was lying.
Ooh. Okay. Damon, you still with us?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
It's the same question. How would that make you feel as the man that is providing this service? You're over there tinkering away with the bike, trying to make it operable for her, and she says, upon hearing her mother say, "Oh, look at daddy," or whatever she said, and she said, "That's not my daddy. My daddy's in jail, and I miss him and I love him."
I wouldn't have been mad at all, because if it was a next door neighbor's daughter or son, I still would have did it for them. That's just how kids that age are. But the mother should have never said that, because the girl was happy that the guy was fixing the bike. She didn't care who was fixing. She was happy. Then the mother gonna go in there and throw that in there. And, hold on, whoa. He's fixing my bike. I like him, but now you're going too far. And that was the mother's fault.
Okay.
That's all.
All
But
right.
but even if it was a next door snotty nosed little kid, I still would have did the same thing because he didn't have a father there to fix it. And I know how to fix it. Why not fix it?
Y'all some kind souls. Elijah, you still with us?
Yeah.
All right, same question. Little sweet
Yeah.
young lady, little
That's
baby
the fuck
girl.
it.
You're fixing her bike.
You gonna flip
Her
the
mama,
ashes?
her mama decided to
Uh-huh.
acknowledge you. And
What's
she
up? My fault. I didn't hear it. Rewind that. Say that again.
the sweet little baby girl was watching you fix her bike. Mama said, "Look at daddy." And she said, being the sweet little girl she is, "That's not my daddy. My daddy's in jail. And I miss him and I love him." Is that the little girl's fault? How would you feel about that as the man that's providing the service?
Wow. Wow. I would have to let the little girl know you're absolutely correct because I'm your mommy's daddy. Other than that, there's no feelings.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
You
I
know,
hate y'all.
Gregory.
It's a couple things wrong with the video. First of all, whatever happened to grown folks' business? Why does this little girl know her dad? And why didn't she tell him? I mean, tell the little girl that he was on vacation or something.
Ooh.
Get what I'm saying? Why is the little girl coming out? My dad's in jail and I'm missing. And it's
Well,
all
at least she know where
crazy.
he's at. It's better than lying to the damn kids.
Wait, Timmy. Let Gregory finish. Go ahead, Gregory.
No, sometimes you're not. She's a young, precious age. She doesn't need to know about people being in jail. She needs to learn about reading, growing, and she doesn't need to know about her dad's in jail and because he did. Now she's wondering what he did. You get what I'm saying? So it's a whole story, and then you're calling this other man her dad, and what the hell? What is wrong with this girl? There's something wrong with her.
And would
It's
you
the
normally
mother's
say
fault.
she's a terrible person?
She's a terrible person. And I had a little story like something similar to, but the dad wasn't in jail. But when the kid is telling you that this isn't my dad, you shouldn't be getting mad at the child's father or the child. It's kind of crazy because the child is telling you the truth.
Okay. She did
Right.
naturally. All right, let's go to Robbie. You so patient. But we're gonna have to go to Bird first. Bird, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Sweet little girl watches you fixing her bike. Mama gives you some type of compliment. The baby responds to it. She said you ain't her daddy. Her daddy's in jail. She misses him. She love him. Do you get upset with the little girl?
No, I wouldn't get upset with the girl. I would at some point want to have a conversation about it and remind her, you're right, I'm not your dad, and why don't we write your dad a letter or something, or tell him you miss him, or interact him and get him still part of that family.
Y'all such kind souls. Such a mature approach.
Even that, why are we setting this little girl up for this type of lifestyle to be writing people letters in jail? That's crazy.
Hold
All you need
on.
to know.
Mr.
He's a
Lacy, you
just
had
stay in
your
a little girl's
approach.
place.
He
That
has
is
his. Mr. Clearwater, be brief or be brilliant.
I'm going to try to be brief as possible, but there's a few things that I would like to
I
clear
know
up.
there is.
At this time, the water is running, and I'm gonna be as clear as I can possibly be. Once upon a time, in my younger life, I was
Wait, let me
young.
stop you right there. So you're not going to answer the question. You're just going to go into.
I'm going
Yeah,
straight
he gonna
into
tell
because I'm
you.
gonna end it with answering.
Yeah, we're gonna have to end
Once
this
upon a
damn meeting
time,
after this one.
I was young, and I was living for the moment. So I thought at a young age,
Be careful.
at a young age, that I didn't need certain things, but in reality, God showed me something totally different a little later. So let me set the little quick example. There was this beautiful little girl that took a liking to me. And at that time, I didn't know how to appreciate her looking towards me as a good man, a father figure. So I might have said, don't call me daddy, because I was young in the brain, thinking if a child called you daddy and it's not your child, it's making you old and you're taking on responsibility of another man's duties. But in reality, that was my loss, because that little girl bloomed into a beautiful grown woman, and I respect that. So I'm gonna say once again, it was my loss not allowing her to say daddy to me, because she looked towards me as a father figure. And I can respect that now as I got older. But what God did to me, he put another woman in front of me with a little girl age of 4, and she wanted to call me daddy and break my arms and all that. And I said to myself, how do I tell this kid not to call me daddy?
You
And I
gonna do
said,
it the second time,
I
huh?
said, I'm not gonna do this again, because
Yeah.
obviously God's trying to show me something. So I
You
said, call
gonna
me
do it
step
the
pa.
second time.
Step pa, step pa. Like, papa, stepfather, step pa. I said, call me that. So she was like, no, you're daddy. And I said, okay, all right. I'm gonna go with this. And to this day, I think it was 3 or 4 years old. I came into this girl's life, and to this day, she still calls me and tells me she loves me and all of that. And she is around 30 years of age. Well, will be come August. So it would have been my loss 2 times, and I didn't do that. But I
Yeah.
speak
At
on
least you
that
learned
it
from
was
the first
me.
one.
That was my fucked up, that
Yeah.
I lost out on a little girl that was, gave a fuck about calling me daddy.
Yeah.
To answer this question that you got with this video we
I
just
thought you
watched,
did.
to answer this question, now I definitely was talking about something that was
All
addressed a
right.
little bit earlier.
TikTok.
But here we go. The video. This lady and her daughter, because I know the reel on it, and I will hip y'all to it.
Yeah.
Her kid's father is in jail. And so what she was doing was sugarcoating everything that a woman would try to do for the filling. This man that was fixing the bite was a filling. It was what you would call stepdad, or just the dude here for the time being. The girl knew her father very well. She know her father was in jail and was going to be coming home to her and her mother. Her mother knew that the man was coming home. So what they said on the video was, unwanted stepdad and unwanted husband. They are waiting on the wanted father to return from prison.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give everybody a chance to have a
Hold
final.
on, Uncle D. Can I tell a retrospect story for Uncle Rob real quick?
No,
Please, just real
sorry.
quick. This girl, right? The little girl is calling me dad and shit. And then the grandmother walks in and she thinks that's his daddy. Ha ha ha. And I'm just looking like, these people are crazy. It's nuts.
Okay. So,
Thank you for that, Gregory.
that being said, everybody sharing is caring. I'm going to give everybody a chance to have their final word, and please be brief. I kind of feel like some of you already did. I'm scared.
Just end the damn meeting.
So, Timmy, those are your final words. Patsy, do you think that there is a need for stepdads?
If you're intending to be permanently with that man, yeah, okay, you can have the man as your stepdad, but but if it's not a permanent person and you just doing a flyby stepdaddy thing, or flyby man to be in your life or whatever situation at the moment, nah, but you gotta be for real, and you gotta really taking what's best for your kids and not what you want as their mom to try to um get any financial gain or whatever gain for your kids.
Okay.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
I
hold
was
on,
coming to you. Be
hold on.
brief, but be brilliant.
Thank you. I just had to say something right quick. If a woman goofed up on getting pregnant and having a child, how would she know that she's picking the correct stepdad? You know what I'm saying to you for that child. So say she was with this dude and then she got pregnant and they was together for about 2 or 3 years and it didn't work out and the kid's like say around 8 or 9 or say the kid's around 4 or 5 and this dude comes in and they be together for like 5 years and all of a sudden they start to get married, you're doing the stepdad thing, and within 2 years they divorce. Well, isn't that a pattern to that child on, I think I should protect mom, or I don't trust no dudes coming in the house because mom's judgment?
So your final words is a question to the panel. All right, you guys, y'all think about that and we'll address that in the green room. All right, Sean, you still with us? Sean, you gotta turn your mic on.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, final words. Do you think a stepdad is needed?
I think so. If the biological is not around, I mean, any type of male figure is definitely needed.
Okay, beautiful. Timmy, do you think stepdad is needed? That they have a purpose?
Yeah, they like the big brother.
Okay. Damon, you still with us? All right.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Same question. Do you think that a stepdad is needed? Do they still have a purpose?
Well, in this day and age, that's pretty much what you're gonna get in this day and age. If you have a father in the household with you and you got a structured family going on right now without a step parent or a stepdaddy in there, that's a really good thing. That's really rare. But the stepfather thing has become the common because bad decisions making, and it's not our fault because we've been tore down as a people. So we didn't know how to make good decisions, and sometimes we still don't because we got to get out of this way of thinking that they taught us. But other than that, everything. When people are meeting people, they really should have a conversation.
Broke up, kid.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. So, dude, a couple times you done got cut off, but I'm telling you, guys, try to tell you something. Say less because what you said it speaks volumes. Uh,
Okay.
Maria, we're gonna go to you, darling. Final words. Do you think that there's a purpose for a stepfather? I mean, dude, is it still needed?
Yeah, I believe so. Like everybody said, there's not, if the father's absent in the house or the father just ain't there no more. Yeah, stepdads are needed. Stepdads is important as well.
Okay. Well said. Well said. Mr. Lacey, same question. Do you think stepdads still have a purpose that they're needed?
I believe the biological father is needed much more than the stepfather, but yes, the stepfather has a purpose. So even if you are married and you have a kid with somebody that's outside of your marriage, you should try to keep the connection with the biological father so that kid gets a just of who they really are connected to.
All right. Well said. Well said.
I can't believe what I'm hearing, man. This is the country we live in.
Wait to the green room. Gina, do you feel that the stepdad still has a purpose, still needed?
Yes, I think a stepdad is very much needed if the biological dad is not there.
Bro, you still with us?
Yeah.
All right, hold tight, because I'm gonna let you end it. We're gonna go to Robert.
Could you hear me?
Yes, and be brief. Same question.
I tried to be very brief. I'm going to say this. Two things. They said stepdad should not fill in for a father because a father and a mother sat there and made love and had sex, and he put his soul up in her or took her soul from her to make that child. So we shouldn't be playing a role as a villain. But I'm going to tell you, because our culture, the black man is playing catch up. They're like 280 something years behind time. So we definitely need a man in a household to help raise or co-parent these children, either as being a biological father, a stepfather, or like Timmy keep referring back to, a big brother of some sort. You need that black man to fill some of these black households up to help raise these children so they can have a chance to survive out here.
All right, well said, well said, well said. But hold on. What type of man?
I said a black man, but it
what
can
type
be
of black man?
Um a father figure, either a biological father or a stepfather.
All
But
right.
that's for the culture of the black people. But when it comes to men, period, being in the households, yes, I think that a stepdad should fill in the spot if there's not a biological father in that home because it's well needed.
All right, so I'll just say this because you didn't bite. Not just any man, a good man. Let's go on to Duchess. You with us?
Yes.
Do you think that a stepdad is still needed? They still have a purpose?
He's a piece of the puzzle for a whole dynamic of a family. If the biological father is not in the picture or he is still in the picture, he can be an addition. I just like to address the topic at hand of this stepdaddy season. I want the females who are even entertaining this crap to have some respect for yourselves and your children, and don't let that be your precedent of acting out in the streets, because it looks really terrible.
All right. Well said.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said.
It's equivalent to going to Miami and looking for shady mother suckers.
Did Tanya, did we hear from you?
No.
All right.
No.
Go ahead, Blessed. What's the name? Same question. Do you think that stepdaddy is still needed, and do they have a purpose?
Yes, I think a bonus daddy is needed, and they do have a purpose.
Yeah. Well said.
Short and sweet,
That's
right?
right. Nope, and I ain't mad at you. All right, Bert, bring us home. Same question. Do you feel like that a stepdad is needed, and do they still serve a purpose? Do they have a purpose?
Upper Smart, bring it on home.
I definitely believe in the absence of the biological 100%. Now, again, it could be a joint venture if the gentleman still is involved and is an active part of their child's life. But in the event that this man chooses, for whatever reason, not to be around, there is an absolute need for a man. Stepdad, you don't have to label it, doesn't have to be necessarily labeled as a stepdad, but as a man, like Rob said, in the household is necessary.
Okay. I mean, I like it. Short and sweet. All right. So I'm just gonna say this in closing to all you men. that choose not to be a part of your children's life for whatever
Your life
reason.
won't be shit.
And that's the way to say it is. It's time for you to man up. This has been the Still a Man podcast. Thank you for joining us. See you next week. God bless you.